On this video, I'm going to show you how to increase your aura while driving.
All the things I'm going to show you can be done on a driving test as well.
And stick around to the end to answer a bonus question that only a few drivers know the answer to.
Let's go.
Moving off quickly is one of those things that people struggle with. The biggest mistake that people make is moving off without using the gas. Just using the clutch by itself is going to make the car move really slow and sluggish. When you're trying to build up speed normally, you should change your gears just after the revs go up to 2000 RPMs. But when you're trying to build up speed fast, you want way more RPMs than this. 2000 is not enough. Changing gears too soon will make the car move really slow and sluggish. Just then I went around 3000 RPMs, but you can go way higher than that. Let me show you on the next bit. Now in this example, we're joining the dual carriageway, and watch the RPMs. They're gonna go all the way up to almost 5000. That's really high. It's gonna sound really loud, it's gonna sound a little bit scary, but this is what we want. Changing it too soon will make the car move too slow, but look at the way my speed is climbing. If you're trying to move off on the traffic lights as well on a high speed road, this will work the same way. Lots of gas, change gears when the RPMs are really high. Now this is the wrong way of doing it. Watch the RPMs stay really low as I change gears way too soon. And you can see my speed creeping up really slowly. Not ideal, especially when you've got other cars next to you on the motorway or dual carriageway going fast. You want to be changing gears much later so that your speed can increase really quickly. That way you're going to speed up really quickly and your aura points are going to go through the roof. Parallel parking, one of the easiest way to lose aura points, but if done properly, it can get you a lot of aura points. Let me show you. Once you slap it into reverse, it's time to get comfortable. Put your arm behind the passenger seat. Now where you rest your hand is up to you, but if you have a passenger, make sure you're not pushing your hand through this bit, otherwise you could make things a little bit awkward. We're going to use one hand for this, but you got to do it properly so that your hand doesn't slip. Push your palm against the steering wheel with enough force to break an egg. This should give you enough grip. Some people will make you believe that looking around will lose your aura points, but actually it's the opposite. If you don't look around and you crash, think about how silly you're going to look. Once you've done your checks and it's safe, you can start reversing until your wing mirror is lined up with the center of the car that you're trying to park next to. Now you can start turning left towards the pavement. Once your car is facing between 2 and 3 o'clock, you're going to start turning the other way so that you don't get too much of an angle going towards the pavement. And you notice the whole time I've been looking around over my shoulders, in my mirrors, and keeping it nice and slow using clutch control. Don't rely too much on the car in front to judge whether you're straight or not. Use your mirrors for this. Once you can see that the car is straight, you can then straighten up your wheels and finish off. Handbrake, neutral. Listen to this noise. No, it's not next door drilling, it's your oil rod slowly draining away each second because you didn't put your car into reverse properly. You can fix this easily just by putting your clutch down and then pushing the gear stick down a bit more so that your car is now in reverse, and redeem yourself by finishing off the parking properly. Sometimes things just don't work out the way they're supposed to. Getting out of the car might seem like the last resort, but sometimes you have to do that. Get out, have a quick check, and then go back in the car and finish it off. Now the motorway is a great place for aura farming, and overtaking is one of those things that if done well could push your aura points way through the roof. At the moment I'm in 5th gear, and if I try to put the gas down, do you see it doesn't respond that well, it doesn't go that fast. But if I drop a gear and go into 4th, when I put the gas down it goes much faster, giving me much more acceleration to go past the lorry. Once I've passed the lorry, I can go back into 5th because I don't want to stay in 4th for too long, as that consumes a lot more fuel. And dropping down a gear is not always necessary, but it's really useful for picking up speed quickly. But for normal overtaking, you can just stick in whatever gear you're in, even if you're in 5th, and do the same overtake. It might take you a bit longer, but it can still be done in the higher gear. Going back into the left too early, not only could it lose you aura points, it could lose you a lot more than that. Once you can see the vehicle that you're overtaking in your center mirror, you can check your mirrors, signal, and go back to the left. And what you also want to avoid is sticking in the middle lane or the right hand lane for too long for no reason when you're not overtaking anybody. There's actually a name for this, and if the police see you doing this, you could actually end up getting a fine and 3 points on your license. And as you can imagine, getting points on your license is going to drain your aura so much. So if you know the name of this kind of driving, put it in the comments so other people know what it is. Hills can easily drain your aura if you don't know how to do them properly. And one of the worst things you can do is using the handbrake to stop yourself from rolling back. As you can see, when you use your handbrake, it does not stop the car immediately, and the more you're rolling back, the worse it's going to get and the more dangerous it's going to get as well. Instead, use your brakes straight away. That way the car stops immediately. And you also don't want to rush trying to move off, because bringing the clutch up too fast, you see there, you're going to stall. To avoid all this in the first place, make sure you're taking your time to get the biting point and then releasing the clutch smoothly as you're going forward. Also, making sure you use the gas as well. It can work without using the gas, but look what happens. The car's jerky and it's not moving in a smooth way. When you use the gas, it's much smoother and you're less likely to stall that way as well. So avoid stopping with the handbrake. Use your brake to stop the car. Prepare the car by getting the biting point and then moving off using the gas and the clutch together in a smooth way. That way you're not going to stall, you're going to move off smoothly and your aura will remain intact. Stalling when you're trying to move off is probably the easiest way to lose aura points when driving. Especially when you're trying to move off in traffic and you stall. Panicking is only going to make things worse, so just stay calm and then move off smoothly, even if people around you start beeping. Stalling normally happens when you try to rush the clutch or move the clutch too fast and too high up. To avoid this in the first place, be prepared to move off and then take your time when it's actually time for you to move and bring the clutch up smoothly. That way you're far less likely to stall. Even if you move the clutch smoothly, if you're in the wrong gear, you're far more likely to stall. So like here I'm in second and I'm trying to move off, and watch what happens. See, I stalled, then I just check it out, go into first and then move on again. You can avoid that whole scenario in the first place by making sure that as you're coming to a stop, you're going into first gear before you actually come to a full stop. This way you're less likely to forget, and then when you move on again, you're already in first gear and then you're less likely to stall and less aura points lost. So I told you at the beginning that there's an extra bonus question for you guys. Can you put in the comments the name of these yellow strips that are on the floor? I'll give you a little clue. It's got 2 words. If you don't know what this is and you're doing a theory test soon, you may need to join our group. So make sure you're checking the link in the description and join our theory test group, where we do 3 Zoom sessions per week. We also have an online course and an excellent WhatsApp group that will help you to understand and pass your theory test with ease. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.